how are you? Welcome to Chasing Ghosts. I am Tara Smith, and this is my motorcycle channel. I probably don't start off like that often enough, but I probably need to. And I'm heading home. Rice fields. Cool. I got rice fields on the left and hay fields on the right. Lovely. They're getting ready to flood them. Either that or wait long enough for a hurricane will do it here. But I'm off work. I'm heading home. I unfortunately have a 3-day weekend because work is slow. My boss had me working on a pump and getting it going. It is what it is. It's supposed to be like 4,000 PSI. It's not. It's about half that. It's about half of it. I got cold tires. I get too frisky with it through here. That would be a nice little curve to do it though. This used to all be dirt not that long ago. I didn't like going this way because it was dirt. And that's basically it. And it would wash out so bad. It was just all through here was horrible washboard. But it's paved. It's paved, but they kept the washboard aesthetic. I don't know if that shows up in the camera or not, but it's got the lines across the road. Like it's still a little bit rough. This isn't smooth. By far, this is not smooth. You might be able to see that in the vibration in my handlebars. But it's a lot better than it was, so I'm not complaining too much. Hopefully no one's coming the other way. Yeah, we do have a bit of twisty roads out here in southeast Texas. But I don't think you really want to go fast on those. That's one gear too low. Yeah, you don't want to go too fast through there. It is not smooth enough to do that. Kind of slow down. Enjoy the scenery. Watch for people's dogs running out at you. Watch out for hogs and alligators. Although I made my ride to work this morning, which is about 45-50 minutes in my pickup. And my pickup has a 5.0 Coyote in it, by the way. It takes me about 45-50 minutes to get to work. Usually takes me about 27 to 30 minutes on my bike. I made it to work in 20 minutes. I woke up late and I said, oh shit. And I'm hauling ass to work. Now, do we want to pass these people? I think if we do it, we better fucking do it. Before you get to an intersection, someplace they might turn. School bus. It's not flashing, so we're good. But just Southeast Texas, that's what it is. Ain't much, but it's home. And it's not snowing. It's year-round riding. But we do pay for that. Come July, August, and September, when it's 105 and 90% humidity every day. You don't see a whole lot of protective gear down here. You see it more when it's colder. Like when it's like winter time and it's like, 45, 50 degrees in February. Then, I'll have my chaps on and stuff like that. I could have them on now. Wouldn't be too bad. But you don't want to be all in leather right now. I don't know. It's not even that hot. It's like 80 degrees. Early spring day. Not even summer. Elote. They have corn. Oh, that stuff's good too. We got such a wonderful mixture of food down here. We've got that mixture between like the Cajun, the Tex-Mex, and I guess what other parts of the country would call soul food and stuff. It's just that white people here eat that too because it's the South and it's just Southern food. Grits and grains and okra and hot sauce and all that stuff. It's just normal food, man. White gravy on a chicken fried steak and you turn that shit red with Tabasco sauce. Oh yeah. Not red gravy. I hate red gravy. That may blaspheme a few Cajun relatives. I'll be nice and say Cajun because we use a different word. That people not from here think is something else. They'll think it's racist. It's not racist. I'm talking about white people, dude. Just look on the bumper stickers and stuff in Louisiana. You'll know the word I'm talking about. And they are proud of it. But you leave Louisiana or East Texas or Mississippi, and you can just about get into a fight for a word that people don't understand because they think you're calling them something else. No. You're not even talking about them. You're just talking about food or something. Or one of your relatives. That mistranslation. I think it's one of them words that got taken back anyways. The root of which wasn't very good. It was kind of derogatory, but then they're like, yeah, I'm one. Kind of like black people took their word back. Oh, yeah. Kind of took ours. So those of you who know the word I'm talking about know exactly what I'm saying. But if a black person says their word, they're fine. If I say mine, YouTube goes crazy because I guess YouTube is racist against white people. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that don't work. Somebody in California not familiar with the local lingo. It's like, have you seen Justin Wilson? Remember his cooking show? That's who I'm talking about. Okay. But no, we got that mix of food down here. That is awesome. It's more Tex-Mex than anything else. They're like, oh, Mexican food. Well, it's really Tex-Mex. And then you got the, I'll say, Cajun food. It's more Cajun than Creole. There's a difference between Cajun and Creole. Had to do with stuff like access to flour and other cultures and that sort of thing. More New Orleans flavor. That's more Creole. You know, then you get away from there, they didn't have as much access to things and flour and stuff like that. And you got okra and filet being used to thicken up a gumbo instead of a roux. But nowadays you got all of it. It's a mixture of all. Like, what's his name? Emerald. You'll get his gumbo. He's got all three. But it's stuff like that. And then the Tex-Mex, we got the street tacos and fajitas and all that good stuff. About need an off-road bike. Believe it or not, shrimp and grits is kind of a new thing. Last few decades. Wasn't a traditional meal, but everybody eats it. And it's good. I remember when you go up north and they'd be like, what is a grit? Grits are awesome. I've got two boys that were raised on grits. A 6 foot, 200-pound healthy boys. We're talking Texas football players. Somebody's got to have a dog out here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. And it's going to come running out and it's going to go woof, 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 woof. I don't want to hit that hole. But I love the food. Probably why I'm so damn big. At least I'm tall and big, you know. I hate to be my weight at 5'2". I'm glad I'm significantly taller than that. Well, kinda. It makes it really hard to find clothes or anything else. It's like you can be my size, but not at my weight, whatever you want to call it. I think I kind of turn here. Come down that way. I don't know. I'll go straight, see where it leads me. We'll go on a little adventure. Oh, look at all the pretty goats. Look at them. Now you need an ADV bike around here just for something to go to work and back on. It's an adventure, man. We got craters. Big old craters. I don't know what road this is. Probably 99 or something. 99 or 1960 or whatever. We'll just see where the hell we end up. I think I was supposed to turn left there. But I also kind of think I know where I'm at. Kinda. We shall see, and I think we're about to be on a dirt road here in a second. Yeah, because that's 1960 over there. I should have turned left. I shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I didn't. That's the story of my life. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I didn't. So here we are. And how are you? Well, how's that song go about life? On a dirt road. I can't remember the rest of the words. This week sucks, work sucks, everything sucks. So here we are. On a dirt road. And that's washboard. Not bad though. Just a little washy. No, I'm not going to go real fast. If I had different tires and a different bike, then maybe I would. But I don't. So I ain't. So here we are on our little adventure. Looked like they tried to pave it at one time, then just said fuck it. That did not feel right. That'll be blacktop up here. Hang a right, hang a left, hang a something. Hang a sign, help, I'm lost. I just want to go home. I got a pretty brunette waiting on me at home. And she is an angry little mouse. She calls me a giraffe, I call her a mouse. I had the wrong tires to be fishtailing. Let's not do that again. Things not to do. Suddenly slam on the brakes. Well, the rear could be fun. Don't do the front. Not that you don't ever want to do that on a dirt bike or something. Like sliding it around, just not on this bike. That is one hell of a crown. Swing out wide like I got a trailer. Woo! And this is the road I came down this morning. Okay, cool. Down in the groove we go. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Woo! These people got a brick home. I think they're called the Joneses. They probably got a nice fancy tractor up there in the barn too. What you want to bet? Ah, they got a disc and a Hara, and oh yeah, they got a big old fancy tractor up in there. Big old fancy tractor. Pavement. What this bike was made for. Beautiful, beautiful pavement. The meat grinder of life. There we go. We still have that disease of concrete growing out here, but this is my commute. Or at least one way I can take my commute. There are different routes. You know? But I don't like city. I grew up in the country. I'm a country girl. That's what I am. I don't like my neighbors being too damn close. These neighbors are way too close. Why would you ever need to live that close to another human? Now we got a traffic jam. I would hop out there. It's tempting. I also know there's a curve right up here and a bridge. So we will get around that, and then we'll get around Methuselah. The bridge. What did I tell you? There's a decent shooting range down that road, but it's like members only. Somebody's got a little field and some targets set up kind of thing. Very rough. You about need a four-wheel drive. I would suggest a four-wheel drive. I would not take this vehicle down there. If I had a really good, like, dual sport or something like that, I would go down there. But not on this. This is not an off-road vehicle. It'll do a little bit off-road. It'll do a gravel road. It'll do a trail up to a campsite. You know, up at the national park kind of thing. That well-beaten trail that's nice and smooth. That people think they're riding a dirt bike on. Oh, I've got my ADV bike. I'm off-roading. You're on a dirt road, dude. Go watch some real ADV shit. Those guys are crazy. Off-roading, like the real dirt bike riders, and they're, I don't know, there's like two different classes I kind of put them in. Where you have the most talented riders you will ever see. They can hold that bike upright, still in one position, pop a wheelie, hop over a log with one tire, just literally use the tire, throw themselves over it, catch it, It's like they're doing acrobatics, and those guys are so talented, and girls. There are plenty of girls doing it too. Well, maybe ought to be 3 classes of it. Then there's your ADV riders. That an ADV is not a dirt bike. An ADV bike is like almost a touring vehicle that can go off-road kind of thing. Like, the Africa Twin's awesome. As much as I like Harley-Davidson, I would rather have that Honda than the Pan American. And I'd love to have the Pan American too. I'm not going to say no if someone offered it to me. But if I had to choose between the two and I'm paying for it, I'm probably getting the Honda. I know, blasphemy. I speak blasphemous words. But it's a great bike. And the people like do the whole enduro thing and all that. Oh, thank God. That's a skill. Those people that are going for like days and days on these bikes off the beaten path, and while dirt bike is still something different, these people are very talented, skilled. They're in a lot better shape than you would think you would have to be in, and that is a true sport. Just like the guys on the dirt bikes. And I'm not even talking about the ones doing the stunts and stuff yet, where they're doing Superman and all kinds of flips and everything else. And that's a different sport, but they are extremely talented. I am not that talented. I can ride a dirt bike, I can slide it around, I can do a few things with it. I am not that talented, and I am way too big. I fit good on a cruiser. As close to something like that as I need to be is probably an ADV bike. But then you have... Oh, my tooth is messing with me. They hit different since my surgery, so sorry for the clacking. But you have this other group of riders, and I have nothing against them. Don't take it as an insult, but they're basically street riders, and they'll go a little bit off-road, and they got their big something like the Pan America, some kind of bike like that, and they're really street riders. They're not off-road, but they have all the off-road gear that you could have. They're covered. They are AT-GAT. They say AT-GAT and they mean it. And the closest thing to off-road that you'll ever see them do is what I just did back there. Except there might be some trees around them, and they're on the trail at a national park. They're not splitting trees and everything else, and they're not risking much. They're not standing up on the pegs, and they're not going through deep soft sand or any of that and doing water crossings. And we all know people who do that stuff, and like I said, that is amazing. But they're going to put those bikes through about the same level of difficulty as I'm going to put this bike through. But they got the big ADV thing, they got the big dual sport, whatever you want to call it. I am not sitting waiting on a train. I have a motorcycle, so fuck you. Know what I mean? But yeah, those different classes of them. You probably come up with the extra classes of those kind of riders, you know. They got the big bike that can do some off-road and stuff like that, but it's not really an off-road bike. It's more of a touring kind of thing. Or they may even have the dual sport, but they don't really take it off-road, and I have nothing against it. If I had a dual sport, I wouldn't be going off-road much. I'd probably be doing the same exact thing. I'd be going up to a little campsite with a tent behind me, or I'm not even doing that. I might get one of the little log cabins. It'll take me up to that log cabin thing. But the amount of skill you see those serious off-road riders, oh my God, that is amazing. It's not that I couldn't do it. There's a time in my life that I could. I'm not in that kind of shape anymore. I've had too many injuries, and I have way too many excuses, I know. Excuses. Well, I'm getting close to 50, so I'm getting old. I don't heal like I used to. I used to be able to take a hard hit and get back up. I take a hard hit right now. I'm going to be laying on the ground for a little bit. I'm not getting back up. I might like it down there. Yeah. It just is. But I have the utmost respect for those riders. There's a reason most of them are young. There's some older ones. There are some that are my age. There are some that are older. But most people, by the time they get to my age, aren't doing that. If they do, it's occasionally they got their old dirt bike and they'll get it out and have a little fun, and they'll let the kids ride it the rest of the day. You know. And that's the other thing. I mean, I can still have the fun. It's just, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay heavily. You know, I can still do the job. I might not be getting out of bed tomorrow, but I can do the job. Toby Keith put it wasn't not as good as it once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was, something like that. If you hadn't hit that point in life, hopefully one day you will. Hopefully you'll live long enough and you'll know exactly what he's saying. It's like, hey doc, this hurts when I do this. Yeah, it used to get better. Y'all used to do something for it. Oh yeah, I know. Now it's just gonna hurt like that forever. Oh yeah, that's just the way it is now. And that's why old people are so grumpy. Things kind of meant to be that way too. If you live a long and productive life, at a certain point, yeah, it's not that you want to die, it's just that you might be kind of ready for it. If that makes any sense. Be like, it's not so bad. I've had a good life. You know, if you felt like you did at 20 when you hit like 80, you know, that'd be one thing. But you're not going to feel like you're 20 when you're 80. I don't care what you're on. You're not going to feel like you're 20 when you're in your 40s. You may act like it. You may kind of think you feel it sometimes, but it doesn't take long for life to correct that situation. Okay, I'm just shooting another ending. I don't know if I like the last one or not. Adios. Vaya con Dios. Ciao. Catch you later. All that good shit. And I'll see you next time. I'm gonna head on home. I just picked up some beer. And I'll see what I do when I sober up. So I'll catch you later. Bye.